The Weight of Black Gold. Cade was a young real estate agent in Midland, Texas, where the sky was so big it felt like it could swallow the earth. He spent his days driving down shimmering asphalt roads, watching the pump jacks bow to the ground like giant steel birds. A new oil boom was sweeping through the Permian Basin, and Cade was the man everyone called to find a piece of the pie. At a sun-bleached roadside diner, Cade met Silas, a veteran roughneck with skin like weathered leather. Silas's hands were permanently stained with the grease of the oil fields. "The money is flowing faster than the crude, Cade," Silas said, stirring his coffee. "But the ground is shaking, and the air tastes like copper. We're working ourselves to the bone for a ghost that might vanish tomorrow." The next day, Cade traveled from the dusty fields to a glass-walled skyscraper in Dallas. He was there to meet Derek, a billionaire investor whose shoes cost more than Cade's car. Derek didn't see the dust or the tired faces of the workers. He only saw the potential for exponential growth. "I want to buy the entire valley north of the creek," Derek declared, pointing at a satellite image. Silas took Cade out to the edge of a massive, new drilling site to show him the reality of the work. The roar of the machinery was a constant, deafening heartbeat that vibrated through the soles of their boots. Silas pointed toward the towering rig, shouting over the noise about the pressure required to pull wealth from the stone. After the meeting, Cade walked alone to a dried-up creek bed that ran through the land Derek wanted to purchase. He knelt down and touched the parched, cracked earth. The economic boom had brought jobs and new schools to the town, but it was also draining the ancient aquifers. Cade realized that every gallon of oil pulled up seemed to cost a gallon of life-sustaining water. Derek grew impatient as the week went on. He called Cade into a private boardroom and slid a thick stack of legal documents across a marble table. "The town is hesitant about the water rights," Derek pressured. "Make them understand, Cade. This deal will secure the county's economy for the next 50 years. Don't let a little mud stand in the way of progress." Cade went back to Silas's family ranch to find him. They walked through a field of yellowed grass where Silas's cattle used to graze. "The checks from the oil company paid for my daughter's college," Silas admitted, looking at the distant rigs. "But I worry she won't have a home to come back to. You can't eat money, and you certainly can't drink it." Cade returned to the city, but this time he didn't bring a signed contract. He stood in Derek's office and refused to push the water rights deal through. "The land has a limit," Cade said firmly, his voice steady. "If we take everything now, there will be nothing left for the people who actually live there when the billionaires move on to the next project." Back at the ranch, Silas sat on his porch, holding a tattered photograph of the valley from 40 years ago. It showed a lush, green landscape that seemed like a different world. He knew the oil was a gift, but he also knew it was a debt that the land would eventually call in. He hoped Cade could find a way to balance the scales. Cade didn't become a millionaire that year, but he became a leader. He brokered a new kind of agreement, one that allowed for drilling but protected the water and funded renewable energy projects for the future. As the sun set over the Texas plains, Cade and Silas stood together near a new wind turbine that turned slowly beside an old pump jack, a sign of a town trying to find its way.